Welcome back to another short episode of the Ark Survival Guide. We are going to make preparations to fly on our Pteranodon. We just finished gathering a whole bunch of hide with our floating fortress, and I am crafting that Pteranodon saddle as we speak. There we go. So we now have a saddle we can use to ride our Pteranodon. We also leveled up because we got a lot of experience from that, because that was a lot of materials to gather. So, I am just going to drive this base back to my home base where my Pteranodon is waiting, and we skipped ahead a little bit just so you don't have to watch me drive across the bay. And we're going to head on up and go ahead and put this saddle on and take our Pteranodon out for a spin. So, we're just like any other dino, we're going to equip the saddle here. And I already loaded him up with a good bit of meat, so he should be good enough to fly. So we are going to ride her, and we immediately are hovering off the ground when we hop on. Now, one of the most important things to keep in mind while you're flying a Pteranodon is its stamina. On the top right icons, it's just below that health icon is the energy, and you can see that's already halfway gone after just a few seconds of flying. I'm actually going to have to rest in between to build that stamina back up. But when I turned off sprinting, I'm flying really slowly, but the stamina is depleting more slowly. You can hit the X button on the PS4 to land the Pteranodon, and I'm actually going to open up this loot crate here. These things are loot drops. It doesn't look like I can use this yet, but I will go ahead and grab the other stuff that's in here. Anything up to blue I should be able to use now. You have to reach certain level requirements to be able to use different colors. Doesn't look like any of that's going to be incredibly helpful right now, but that's much easier to grab these loot drops when you have a Pteranodon, because you just fly straight over to it. It takes no time at all. Now I'm sprinting again. I'm going to be kind of toggling back and forth between sprinting and not, because I'm super slow right now because I'm not sprinting. And then I put sprinting back on and I can fly about twice as fast, but that stamina goes down really fast. The big reason I took a time to tame the second Pteranodon was because it was a much higher level, which means more stamina, and I've been pumping nothing but stamina up into it because it really needs super high stamina to be able to fly long distances. If you run out of stamina on a Pteranodon, you're just going to fall to the ground wherever you are, and then he has to wait to recover that stamina. And if you happen to have something aggressive next to you, you're pretty much dead. So, I'm dropping off this loot that I picked up, and I should have some more meat cooking, because we're going to be gone for quite a long time when we go out on our excursion. So, you know, always a good tip, never leave a fire going when you leave your house. Everybody knows that. So, I am just kind of going to make some preparations real quick to be able to fly out and do an expedition in search of plant species X. That's something we're really going to need out there. So I am going to scout out a little bit around the area where we are. There's that waterfall that we've been running around at the bottom of, and this is what it looks like from the top. We've got some beautiful landscape in these mountains above us. And here we go. That's the crystal that I've been needing to make a spyglass. And no matter where I went before, I could not find any of this stuff. So, here we go. I should be able to get a decent amount of this back to the base, and we should actually have enough to make that spyglass that I've been wanting, which will be really helpful because it lets us see the level of a dinosaur before we fight it or have anything to do with it. Another thing to be careful of when you're on a Pteranodon is weight. He cannot carry very much weight, so I'm probably going to have to dump some rocks off of this. You can level up his weight, but they never get super high in the weight, even if you put a lot of levels into it. So I'm mostly going to be leveling up stamina right now. He is also going to gain levels as we fly, so he's about to level up again just from flying around a little bit. So that's another thing to keep in mind. The more you fly on a Pteranodon, the higher its stamina can get. So now that we got some crystals, I'm going to see if I can craft that spyglass, which will be very helpful throughout the rest of the game. So we do have enough crystal here. So I'll just pop back into the base and pick up a little bit more crystal, or a little bit more materials for this spyglass. Let's see. I need some of that. And once we get that crafted, we will be pretty much in good shape to go out on our expedition. The next thing I really want to get is Plant Species X turrets. Now, those are the best way to keep a whale from sinking this raft. And if we run into a whale, we could lose everything we've done on this whole base. So it'd be really good to get these turrets going as fast as possible. They're also great for mowing down other dinosaurs and basically using this raft as a floating fortress to shoot things down. So let's see how these are doing. We've had these growing for quite a while. Yeah, I also left my water flask in the crop plot, so that'll be helpful. And because it's raining right now, I can just use the water flask and it'll actually collect rainwater in the flask. So you can see I've got full water and the flask is full too. So that spyglass is going to be helpful. We get enough food and water, and the next episode we're going to go out on our expedition and hunt for some plant species X. So we'll see you next time.